What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy, the Logical Dude. I am back with another episode. It is August 5th. It's a Thursday of this year of 2021, and we're going to be talking about the London Hardfork for Ethereum. We're going to be talking about this Ethereum to BTC trade I'm in, and then institutional interest coming into Ethereum more than Bitcoin. May the flippening be happening at some point. I don't know if Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin. I highly doubt it. I think it'll always be Bitcoin 1, Ethereum 2. But we need some other players to come up the top 10. Hive being one. Because the Hive blockchain, wherever it is, yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, that one right there. So the Hive blockchain is actually where I do most of my activity. As far as DeFi, I do it on Binance Smart Chain, which I know is not well, some people argue that it is centralized and ran by, basically just one person. But you know what? If you go and look at their website, they have full description on how to set up your own BSC node. So if you want to gripe about it being centralized, then run your own node. It is what it is. So it may cost a lot, but go run your own validator node and it will be decentralized. So anyway, but I use Cub Finance, which is done by the Leo Finance team, who is one of the top development teams for second layer stuff on Hive. They have built a really awesome community for talking about investing and finance and that kind of thing. They've built some great tools, and they built the Cub Finance DeFi system, and it is making me some money. So we're going to be talking about that whole situation of how I kind of manage my crypto income and how basically my business is managed in a completely different video. So we're going to get right into those charts. So let's go and talk about this Ethereum to Bitcoin trade that I am in. I am really happy with this trade because I got in down here at 0.059 Bitcoin and I've ridden this wave up. I saw this falling wedge going down, and this is my favorite pattern to trade. This is just, I love these chart patterns here because these 90 to 95% of the time will break up, and if you don't catch it on the run up, it'll sometimes retest and then keep going. But in this case, it's just kind of keep rising. We did get this little pop-up wick here, and it's coming back down. So I may be looking for an exit point to go back into Bitcoin because I've earned a little over 1 million sats at this point, so I can't complain about that. According to the market cipher indicator, which this, full disclosure, is a free version that I found on TradingView. It is not the CryptoFace version. So this one doesn't get like the updates or whatever, but yeah, you can absolutely find free versions that people basically kind of ripped off the indicator, but it works the same way. It's great, and it's actually one of the best indicators I've ever used, because it brings in like 5 different indicators into one. So what you're looking at here is this top line is the RSI. You can see the RSI is getting a bit overheated at this point. We are now sitting at right at about 66, 67 on the RSI line. Now, traditionally, oversold is not until it hits 70 or more, or goes over that 70 line. So we're watching for the RSI to keep pumping. We still have some room to go. The momentum can keep going here. The momentum hasn't turned. So if you look here in the past and you look how this run up comes here and how this white kind of this lighter shade here turns down and then crosses, and that's where your sell signal happens. You can see how it corresponds up here on the charts. I mean, this indicator is dead on a lot of the time. I've had some fake outs, but it tells you what's going on, not so much as a lagging. It's pretty spot on. But this momentum rise, you can see where it starts to turn down. Well, we're still rising. It hasn't started to make any kind of turn yet. So I'm still in this trade. I'm still waiting for it to, I want some more sats, man. I want more Bitcoin. And that's what I use Ethereum for. Like I said, I trade Ethereum back and forth to Bitcoin, just I want to be in whichever is the better asset, but I've really consolidated my crypto businesses down to just a few projects, and I'll get into that in a whole other video of how I manage all that with Nexo and with my DeFi platforms, using my Coinbase card to pay for business bills and things like that. And I'll get into that in a whole other video. So, but basically all I use Bitcoin and Ethereum for is just my collateral, and I trade them back and forth to earn more collateral. So, but right now, I'm keeping a watch on this. It's still growing, especially after the London Hardfork this morning. You can see we had this big spike up here against Bitcoin. If you look at the Ethereum versus the dollar, we went up over 2,800 this morning, but, you know, came back down, came back up. So we're kind of settling around this 2750 to 2790 area right now. And Bitcoin to US dollar has been struggling, but it looks like it's trying to actually make a little bit of an upwards move. So when Bitcoin moves, and so that's the only thing about trading against Bitcoin, is when Bitcoin decides it wants to make a move, you got to be ready to either close out of your trades or something. So I'm keeping it a watchful eye. We'll just say that. But I'm not a day trader. I am more of a swing and position trader. If I trade, I am more trying to just accumulate more. I'm more of an investor. I want to accumulate, and my businesses are helping me do that. All right, so let's go and look at the trending page here at CoinLogic. So coin-logic.com is my little project. It kind of gives you it's basically kind of like an all-in-one place that I created mainly for myself as a research tool. I got tired of going out to all the different news platforms and all the different data platforms and stuff, so I kind of just built my own with everything that I really need except for charts, because I come over here to TradingView to use charts. So just a quick little overview. CoinLogic here. This is my CoinLogic homepage. This is what I call the CoinLogic Index. These are essentially the coins that I'm in, which needs to be updated because I've dumped a couple of these projects, actually. And then down here below are all curated posts from the Hive blockchain. So when I go through and read posts like on leofinance.io or on hivehustlers.io, which is my community for entrepreneurs and that kind of thing. Anybody that likes the good side hustle, or, anybody that's out there trying to make it for yourself, trying to make money. We want to know what you're doing. We want to talk to you about it. We want to help you grow. So that's what we're all about on Hive Hustlers. Leo Finance is all about, we'll come down here. I'll show you these two right here. Yeah, so Hive Hustlers and Leo Finance. So Leo Finance is not my community. It was created by another group, and they are all about trading, finance, investing, all that kind of stuff. Now, these guys are also who created Cub Finance, which is our platform of choice for DeFi. It is on Binance Smart Chain, making almost 200, between 150 and 200% earnings consistently through the Cub farms. And so again, I will go over all that in another video. These are all articles coming from these communities on the Hive blockchain. I go through, and because I don't have time to go through and write all these different articles, and I see a lot of really great content, this great instructional content, some good analysis and breakdowns of different things. It gives a different perspective coming from the actual community than it does just watching or just reading the same regurgitated news from all the different news sources, but they're all basically saying the same thing. So it is what it is. So that's why I like to encourage and share our articles and our writers and everything here on the Hive blockchain. So come and join us. It's a great place to be because you can put out your own articles and nothing can ever be deleted. So because, we're not all about, we're all about decentralization, no censorship, all that kind of stuff. So, but just don't plagiarize. That's bad. All right, so back over here on the trending page for CoinLogic, we have the top 10 gainers for today. You can kind of take a look at that list, and the top 10 losers on the right-hand side. Now, Axie Infinity is one of the bigger losers. The other day, it was one of the bigger gainers. So generally, when you see one of them on the left one day, couple of days later, you might be looking for it on the right. And when you're looking for it on the right-hand side, when you're looking for these, like AMP right here, this may be one to look at as far as, you know, you maybe getting to oversold area. It's a good place to kind of look. AMP is actually a project that a lot of people are talking about right now. So you can take a look at those charts, see if you may want to buy around this area, because don't be scared of when they're, you know, on the list of the losers. That may be a great time to buy them because they may float back up, because, you know, things range in markets. You know, it's not all just, you know, one line up or one line down. You know, everything moves in waves. So, excuse me. Okay, so over here on decrypt.co, which you can also check out these articles here. This is actually where I pulled them from. This is the CoinLogic News Center. So right now we've got 4 article sources here. I did have Cointelegraph and CoinDesk, but something I think they changed their RSS feeds, and I couldn't bring them in anymore. But these are, yeah, all RSS feeds that I just brought in. So all in one place. A&B Crypto actually contacted me about being on here. So they actually asked to be on CoinLogic. So shout out to A&B Crypto. Anyway, but these articles are coming from decrypt.co. So the London hard fork on Ethereum is now live. Highly anticipated upgrade to crypto's second largest network is now live, ushering in key new changes to Ethereum. So Ethereum's London hard fork was executed at block number, I think it's what, 12,965,000. The fork brings about 5 key changes to the network, of which the most notable is EIP 1559. Everybody's been waiting for EIP 1559. Though it's been said that EIP 1559 will lower transaction costs on Ethereum, it isn't perfectly accurate. Instead, it will allow users to better estimate how much a transaction actually costs. This means that instead of blindly cushioning a transaction with extra gas to ensure that miners process the transaction, users can be more precise in their estimations, which will likely result in them paying less. And miners are absolutely peeved about this kind of situation and there's been a lot of miners that have been trying to fight this whole proposal and fighting this upgrade because they're going to lose out on their money. But they're kind of beating a dead horse anyway, because Ethereum's getting ready to move over to proof of stake. They've just been trying to suck up as much transaction fees as they can get before that all happens. But this upgrade happening is basically killing Ethereum miners' income at this point. So in the sense, it will lower transaction cost, but not quite in the same way that people are thinking about it, is what they're saying. So this Tim Beko, whatever, I probably murdered his name, but whatever, is what it is. He is a developer with the Ethereum Foundation. Also said during the Decrypt Daily podcast that the cost won't be a 20x reduction, but rather a 20% reduction. So, yeah. Not that much of a drop in gas fees. It's still going to happen, but one of the differences is that instead of paying out these transaction fees to somebody, it's actually going to be burning these transaction fees. So it's turning Ethereum more into a deflationary asset. So with the London hard fork now live, the transaction costs that were previously paid to miners will now be burned and removed from circulation. The thinking goes among Ethereans, including Beko, I guess that's how we're going to say it, that as more and more Ethereum is removed from circulation, there will be a sort of supply crunch. And as popular sectors within the ecosystem, including decentralized finance and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, create more demand for the cryptocurrency, its price is expected to rise. So they're really trying to create a supply and demand situation. So, because Ethereum has no cap. So where Bitcoin has a 21 million cap, Litecoin has an 84 million cap, Ethereum doesn't have a cap. It's just it's been an inflationary token. Well, this is their way of trying to make it a deflationary token and trying to create like a supply crunch within the code. How legit you find that, is, it's cool. It is what it is. I appreciate what they're doing, but Ethereum Network is not one that I personally use. I think, even though that a lot of the mining and everything is decentralized, I think a lot of the decision making and everything is very centralized with what they do on the Ethereum blockchain. And that's been questioned by a lot of people. Now, it's got that major like first mover advantage, the one that has, and yes, there were smart contract platforms before Ethereum, namely Burstcoin, but Ethereum's the one that has really made the name. And it's, with a lot of things being built on it like this, that's why it's being used. All these different businesses are being built on top of it. Well, you can do the same kind of thing with Hive, or one of the other, chains like Solana or Binance Smart Chain, that kind of thing. Hive, though, has you don't have any fees to pay. Like no fees for users, no fees to use the network for developers and stuff. And I mean, like on Hive Engine, you have to pay fees to Hive Engine to like create a tribe or to create a token, that kind of thing. But they're like a second layer kind of gatekeeper. But there's also like Deluxe, which is a whole other second layer ecosystem where they don't charge fees for doing certain things and creating your apps there. So, and you don't have to pay anything to tie into these, to tie into the APIs, to tie into the Hive nodes. You can create your own, or you can just run your own node. So Hive is extremely decentralized. Delegated proof of stake has been battle tested at this point, and we have measures in place that big money can't come in and really take over. So it's the crypto underdog that nobody's talking about. So I'm going to be out here. Of course, this is getting posted on 3Speak, which is the Hive video platform, but I'm also putting it out there on YouTube. So I'm trying to gain a little bit more of an audience with YouTube, trying to be a Hive ambassador to try to bring people into this. So, because all this crazy crap going on with Ethereum and having to throw all these upgrades to lower and burn gas fees because the average Joe can't use it. That's why I don't use Ethereum, is because I'm not a whale by any means stretch of the imagination. Like, I started investing in Bitcoin by quitting smoking cigarettes and started putting that money into Bitcoin, which has made me healthier and wealthier. So, that's been a whole part of my journey. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on with that. So, but Ethereum, unless, like I said, for average people, we can't use the Ethereum network. This has been like a sought after kind of thing where it's like, because I don't really want to pay, $10, $15, $20 to move $50. I just don't want to do it. So that's why I quit using the Ethereum network, and I keep some Ethereum here and there on the side, just for basically, like I said, for collateral purposes, just to hold some, because it does go up but it goes down. But I play it against Bitcoin to just try to keep a good balance, and I want to be in the better performing asset at the time. That's my game. Anyway, going on to what institutional investors are looking at, though. Institutional investors show growing interest in Ethereum because of DeFi and that kind of thing. Says this Genesis Global Trading. Now, you can go through here in this article. I'm going to give you basically the brief. Bitcoin's role as the industry's gateway asset is changing, according to crypto brokerage firm Genesis. And they say their name through this article so many flipping times. They want you to know who did this, investigation. Genesis Global Trading, everyone. Anyway, in quarter 2 of 2021, institutional investors showed much more interest in Ethereum and other decentralized finance tokens. So like your Aves and your compounds and things like that. So institutional players have been shifting their focus from Bitcoin to Ethereum and other decentralized finance tokens over the past month, according to a quarterly report published by crypto brokerage firm Genesis Global Trading. Trends both in Genesis activity and broader market confirm the changing role of Bitcoin's industry's the changing role of Bitcoin as the industry's gateway asset, and highlight the emerging protagonism of Ethereum and decentralized finance. So you also hear stuff like this from like Raoul Pal, and people like that are really getting more and more into the Ethereum space because they see that you can do a lot more with Ethereum. And then the fact that you can actually wrap Bitcoin on Ethereum, which you can also do on like Binance Smart Chain and stuff like that as well, is that you can use it for a lot cheaper. You can actually, use it to loan against and that kind of thing on a decentralized level. I personally just keep my Bitcoin as Bitcoin. I use Nexo.io, which is insured up to like $375 million at this point. I can loan against it there. Like I said, I can trade back and forth there. Actually feeless. They do charge a fee, but what I get, because I also hold the Nexo token, is I get good interest rates for borrowing. I can borrow at 6.9% interest. I earn 5% interest on my holdings. And then when I want to withdraw, so I'll withdraw USDC, so I'll loan against my crypto into USDC. I'll withdraw USDC, which I get 5 free withdrawals per month from them. And I'll withdraw to Coinbase, and then I can use my Coinbase card. And then I can earn Stellar 4% on each purchase. I can earn Stellar, and then I send the seller back to Nexo, let it stake, and let it build up as collateral, or I'll just put it into Bitcoin or Ethereum, so I'll watch the charts on that to see which, is the better asset to be in, and then I'll flip that into either Bitcoin or Ethereum. Or if Stellar's the best one, or if Stellar's the better one to be in and just let it earn interest, then I'll let it do that. Or I'll use it to pay back the loan. I can do that too. I'll also use Stellar to pay back the loan. I'll do that in a whole other video. Anyway, getting sidetracked. So I'm just trying to, give you my point of view, because as we all know, especially the people that are watching here on Hive is feeless, and we all know that Ethereum is just really expensive, and nobody, an average person really doesn't want to use it. The people that are out like on crypto Twitter and stuff talking about, oh, Ethereum's the best. Well, yeah, they've also been in it for a while, and they got a whole bunch of it, and they got a whole bunch of money to play with. Buying these $1 million freaking 8-bit CryptoPunk NFTs. Really, people? Sorry, if that's what y'all want to spend your money on, then cool, go do it. But, what is that CryptoPunk going to do for you when the government comes down on everybody and we go into like a shit hits the fan kind of scenario? Me, I'm a guy that I like to take my investments and I like to buy other assets that are going to do, either, sustain me in the future, or going to create me more income or something like that. Like I'm either building more businesses, or I am buying assets outside of the crypto sphere, like bullets, emergency food, portable solar panels, and batteries. That kind of stuff. Seeds, that kind of stuff, because you want to be able to produce things. And I'm trying to buy stuff that, like seeds and stuff. I'm going to eventually start growing, microgreens, and I got a mushroom setup that I'm wanting to grow, edible, like food mushrooms, and, the fun stuff for microdosing and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, that's kind of my plan. But you need to learn to think a little bit differently. Now, you don't have to go into full prepper mode, but I've been through some crazy stuff, and then, not just what everybody went through in the past year and a half. I've lost everything to a hurricane. That's essentially what started all this whole, lifestyle with van life and everything, is I lost everything to a hurricane. I've lost everything to divorce before. It all comes in different forms, so you need to be ready for stuff, and when I buy emergency food, that's just food that I have for 25 years that I can eat on, so if I'm having a down month, I can go to my storage and go hit my pantry up and, go get some food there, that kind of thing. So, it's just all in thinking in a different manner, I'm a minimalist, man. I'm all about having things that are actually useful. And to me, I don't see spending a crap ton of money on a stupid little crypto punk to put up on your Twitter profile is worth what people are paying for it. Sorry, that's just my thing. To me, I think the current NFT craze is, and you have NFTs even on Hive. We have NFT platforms there. Doesn't cost near as much to do it on Ethereum. Hell, I've even built an NFT platform for Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, XDAI, and Polygon. You can check out contractlogic.app, which you will, so CoinLogic. You can go to coin-logic.com and get to it there, or you can just go to contractlogic.app and you can go and create NFTs and everything on my open platforms. And the gas fees on Binance Smart Chain, XDAI, and Polygon are really cheap. So anyway, total off subject. But yeah, like with the NFT craze and the DeFi craze, coming on to Ethereum, it's going to pump their price. They're trying to artificially basically create like a supply shock by doing the whole burning of the fees and that kind of thing. So, do with do with it as you will. Not financial advice. Obviously, I'm just a dude on the internet in a van. So I just tell you what I'm doing, and I just trade Bitcoin for Ethereum back and forth, and I'm looking to sell my Ethereum here pretty soon and go back into Bitcoin. But, one day people are going to learn that Hive is the real way, man. It really is. Hive, there it is. See? Comes up. Use that QR code. That's my referral code. It just lets me kind of come and support you on the network. I may, delegate you a little to get started and that kind of thing. So, anyway, that's what's going on in the market today. Really, today it's been all about Ethereum. But I'm going to be the advocate for Hive. Blockchain that is really being built for Web3. So y'all have a great day. Peace out.